Dexterity for Gameboy has a 2-player Link versus mode that you probably never played. Dexterity is basically real-time Othello, that board game where players take turns placing white or black pieces on a grid-based board, and then the pieces in the middle flip to your color when they get surrounded. So this forgotten SNK title is competitive Othello turned into an action game. Before a match begins, each Link player can decide how many boards need to be completed to reach the end, 1 through 10 acting as a handicap if needed. The first player to clear the set number of stages wins. There's also a couple music tracks to select, each one being arcadey and fast-paced. So the Othello gameplay has some important details to note if you want to clear a stage. See those enemies walking around the board, being assholes, flipping over your tiles and preventing you from advancing? If you don't take them out, they'll continue to be annoying scumbags and you'll never win. To do that, you need to flip the tiles while they're standing on them. If successful, they'll be stunned where you can pick them up and chuck them at other tile-flipping jerkbag enemies. Sort of like clearing the ghosts in Pac-Man, relief is temporary because they'll eventually return and continue their assholey ways. It can be tough because each enemy behaves slightly differently. It's one of those things you start to see over time. Like the Game Boy version of Pac-Man and Hey Onkyo Alien, taking down an enemy can send it to your opponent's board. Moreover, explosives can be triggered to re-flip the entire board. So this game can be pretty fast-paced because you need to fend off both the enemies and your opponent's dastardly tactics. What's interesting is the game doesn't wait for the other player, meaning player 1 might have advanced to level 3 while player 2 might still be struggling on level 1. Each player gets 3 lives too. If you die, you restart at the beginning of that stage. If you're new to the game, don't be surprised if you struggle on the first level until you understand the panel flipping enemy stunning mechanic. And the winning player gets some sugar from a princess while the loser is treated to a fake out, like Mario's Princess is in Another Castle routine. Dexterity is a fun, sort of sleeper hit game once you and your linked opponent gets the hang of it. If you've grown tired of Link Tetris and Dr. Mario, this forgotten SNK original has a quality and unique multiplayer offering. It also sells for cheap if you manage to find a copy in the wild. But what do you think? Have you ever heard of Dexterity before? Do you enjoy classic Othello? And besides flipping their tiles in a digital handheld video game, how else do you like to annoy your opponents? Let me know in the comments. And for more link cable mumbo jumbo, see the links to my dedicated playlist in the description. Until next time, thank you for watching and game on!